I used to work as the sole IT guy for a mid-sized marketing firm. It was great until they hired Gary, a new middle manager with an MBA and zero technical knowledge, to streamline operations. On his first day, he toured the server room, saw a decommissioned server rack with some older, unplugged machines, and wrinkled his nose. He called the equipment clutter and decided his first big move would be to create a new asset management policy. He sent out a company-wide email, CCing the CEO, with the subject line, "Action required, tidying our digital house." The new rule was simple and absolute. Any and all server equipment not actively mounted in a primary rack and powered on by Friday at 5 p.m. will be disposed of via our certified e-waste partner. I immediately went to his office. I tried to explain that one of those unplugged servers was our only physical backup for our biggest client, a multi-million-dollar account that ran on ancient, proprietary software. We couldn't virtualize it, and the data could only be restored using that specific hardware. We kept it offline for security. Powering it on 24/7 was a risk, and we had no rack space anyway. Gary waved me off. "If it's so critical," he said condescendingly, "it should have been in a rack and powered on. That's best practice. No exceptions. Just follow the procedure." So I did. I replied to his email, "Per your instructions. I will prepare the offline backup server for disposal on Friday. Please confirm you are accepting the risk of permanent data loss for the client name account." He replied with a single word, "Confirmed." I saved a PDF of that email chain. On Friday, I had the e-waste guys come. I had Gary come down and personally sign the disposal manifest, a document that listed every single piece of clutter being hauled away, including the one labeled Legacy Client Backup Server, Critical. He signed it without a second glance. 2 weeks later, the inevitable happened. The client had a massive data corruption event and their whole system went down. They were losing thousands of dollars an hour. The CEO called an emergency meeting. "Get the backup restored, now," he yelled. I looked at Gary, then at the CEO. "I'm afraid that's impossible," I said calmly. "The only hardware capable of performing that specific restore was disposed of 2 weeks ago as part of Gary's new asset management policy." I then projected the email chain and the signed disposal manifest onto the conference room screen. The silence was deafening. You could have heard a pin drop on the carpet. Gary turned a color I'd never seen before, a sort of pale, sweaty purple. The company had to pay a specialist data recovery firm over $50,000 for a partial, painstaking recovery that took 3 days. We almost lost the client and had to give him a massive discount for the next year. Gary was fired so fast his chair was still warm when security escorted him out. My official title is now Director of IT Infrastructure, and the new policy is that I have final say on all hardware decisions. Gary's legacy was a very expensive lesson. Never tell an IT guy who knows what he's doing to get rid of clutter.